So let's talk for just a little bit. You want to? About the subject of every day, turning thoughts to things. Let's approach it a little differently. So here you are, you're born, splat, right into the contrast, right into the seeing it, hearing it, smelling it, tasting and touching it. So you're taking it all in. And even though your vortex has lots in it because you put it there before you even got here in this body, this time, now you're taking it in and you're putting more there. And so you're creating this asking. That's the real goal setting that you do. You're asking. And Source has answered it. And so now you come across someone who just makes you feel better just being around them. They just seem to accept you as you are. Their appreciation of you, unlike most others, doesn't seem to be conditional on anything. They're treating you as your inner being treats you. And now you're focused upon that. You're letting your own connection to your own inner being happen, maybe for the first time. And so what is for you, this baby or this 10-year-old or 20-year-old or whatever who is maybe being touched in this way for the first time, what is the first manifestation that is happening as these thoughts are turning to things? What's the first thing? It's an emotion. The first awareness that any of you are going to have. Now, when you get all the way over here, you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch things. You're sophisticated in your translation of vibration once you're over here in the manifestation. You see what we're getting at? But before you're sophisticated, what happened before you could see and hear and smell and taste and touch? What's going on? You could feel emotion. You could feel the vibration of your inner being versus the vibration of whatever you were focused upon. And since you learned your vibration from the worried people around you, you weren't feeling the resonance of your inner being. So you might have been feeling worry or dependency or fear. But now you're near someone who's holding you every day because you're at school and this is a teacher. She's holding you as her object of attention. She's been over there, but now she's over here and she's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and she notices you and she likes what she sees. Not because what she sees is so darn good, because you're still a mess, but because she knows who you really are. She knows who you really are, and she sees who you really are, and she doesn't let the old news discourage her from being able to see the new news. So took a little conversation, but we're talking to all of you at the same time. Can you feel the value of just for a little while sort of taking a step back from the details that are encompassing you, that are sort of distorting your true viewpoint, to just step back from them just for a little bit and give them a rest? Because some of them are serving you and some of them are not. But if you let them all rest, the ones that aren't serving you will become inactive and fall by the wayside. And the ones that are serving you are in your vortex and your inner being's already keeping them going. You follow? So if your dominant quest is to find harmony with the emotion that feels good, if that's what you're reaching for, if you're looking for the emotion, not the action, if you're looking for the emotion, not the word, then you're starting at a beginning place, and law of attraction will increase the momentum. We know, we don't blame you. You'd rather think a thought that's negative than no thought at all, because there's more momentum in the negative thought than there is in a thought where there's very little attention to it, so it hasn't grown enough. But if you will test it for yourself, if you will start in that place and then experience the increase of the momentum so that it goes from calm and satisfied and sort of kind of boring but still steady and calm, and you let that then pick up the pace, when you get over here, it's all good. It's all good. And people who are watching you will say, what goes on with you? How is it? It seems like you just get an idea and off and running you go. Seems like nothing ever gets in your way. Seems like everything that you do just turns out so good for you. Seems like you're just happy and satisfied all the time. And your explanation to them would not really be understandable to most of them. But the words that you might say to them are these. What I was doing wasn't working all that well. I was just sort of banging around, sifting and sorting. And so I sort of did a restart every morning where I just seemed to find the well-being that I was born with. And I held it steady just for a few seconds until it sort of caught on. And then a good feeling came over me, and then clarity started coming into my mind, and I started to receive thoughts. And then you might even say to them, I discovered something that I was shocked to learn, that I am born to be a receiver of thoughts, not a thinker of thoughts. I am born to set my dial so that I can receive the whole of who I am rather than defend it. Because feel the difference between receiving the thought that's already underway and thinking the thought. And you got to know that most of the thoughts you think are knee-jerk responses in reaction to something. That was really good. Did you follow it?